Hello and welcome to the KNX Secure chapter from the KNX Advanced book. It's a new concept from KNX Association, and because the goal for BMS nowadays and for near future is to make the system as secure as possible, and KNX has taken the big movement in compared to other protocols. It provides KNX Secure, and of course nowadays other protocols add the new concept similar to KNX, but I think it's a very interesting chapter to learn, and keep in mind it will be developed in my point of view for near future in this field. Yeah, so let's go to learn. Thank you so much. In theory, properly designed KNX installations are secure. You know, since system stack number 2, 7 and B, the security in protocol has been developed considerably. However, it is also a fact that the KNX application in buildings are vulnerable to attacks from many directions and are therefore more sensitive. Please keep in mind we have the KNX checklist, okay? That later in course we are going to cover it. If you design and install according to the KNX checklist, you can provide the system very secure, okay? But with KNX Secure ability that has been added to specific products, we have the very secure communication. We will see how it works. The popularity of a smart home is attracting the greed of hackers. Please keep in mind, in 2022, there are many homes that equipped with a smart home, okay, and many buildings equipped with the BMS BAS. So there are lots of things for hacker to penetrate, okay, and consider that if you do not follow the checklist and some problem, some points vulnerable, some points are vulnerable, you leave some points vulnerable to the penetrate. For example, the place you connect your home to the internet, or in wiring, if you use the twisted pair, you wire in somehow in a way that maybe hackers can cut the wire and connect to your system, so you will face a real problem. Okay, in this chapter we want to learn how to prevent it, okay, and what tools we have in KNX which help us to prevent it. It is different with KNX. KNX is installed by professionals. Please remember, KNX is not a very simple wireless home automation that everybody can install it. KNX needs the professionals in a design phase, and then selection of the protocol, products, list of materials that we need for the product, for the project, and then the installation, programming, optimization, okay, and maintenance. All of them are belong to the professionals. The installation rules include protective measures against unauthorized access to the building network. KNX systems in operation are also supervised competently downstream. Hackers therefore have little opportunity with KNX, okay? Okay, in book it says little opportunity, but in reality, if you do not take care about the important things, hackers easily can penetrate the systems. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some risks in the building management system or smart building based on KNX. In addition, wireless communication which is not a closed medium like twisted pair, is being used increasingly with KNX. So because we use the KNX wireless, KNX RF, we should take care of the security issues. Okay, nowadays most of the KNX RF coupler are equipped with the KNX Secure, that we are going to cover it later. Okay, KNX systems also incorporate security related systems within the meaning of synergy effects. Access management, gate controller, and alarm system can be targets for attack. If a crafty rascal finds a security loophole here, he can copy these telegrams, open the door remotely, or even take the alarm system out of service. Please note that, for example, in some regular KNX systems, okay, if it's not equipped with KNX Secure, and somebody penetrate the system, for example, somebody has the PC with ETS installed on it, USB interface, and he finds some green KNX wire to connect to it, okay, it is possible that he read the telegrams, packet of data, okay, he read who sends the telegram, who receive it, and what is a useful data. Then if access control systems, okay, or alarm systems are equipped with KNX, he can disarm the system or open the door. So it is very important to keep in mind these risks of using the regular KNX devices. Hackers would be able to view presence detector, energy consumption, and administration program data and do all sorts of no good, okay? There are many important data, for example, the output of presence detector and the output of energy consumption that can be read by the hackers. Manipulation of lighting control, heating control system, or other processes in the building systems are also at risk. For example, somebody wants to penetrate the building and he switch off the light. It's a big problem because, for example, for CCTV, you need some light, at least a very little light, and if you lose the light, so what's happening? You cannot record the proper image from the thief. This is still not the whole story. Building network are offering increasingly large areas for attack through the new applications with the internet router, WLAN, IP protocol, servers, tablets, smartphone, and IoT components. So in KNX nowadays, for most of the time, we connect to the IP. Okay, when you go out from your line in topology, you go on the IP. So if somebody hacked the IP, so he can hack your systems also. So we should prevent it. There are some risks of using KNX devices in the smart buildings. The devices that is not secure, okay? So we need some secure devices. We need some devices that are not that are not very easy to be hacked, okay? In theory, building automation with KNX is secure, okay? As KNX works with its focus on data, whether a light is switched on or a blind is pulled down is not deductible directly from the bus signals. What a message causes cannot be inferred directly from the telegram traffic. At any rate, not without access to the ETS project or with effects visible concurrently in the system. A properly designed installation follows security rules. At the same time, the security checklist issued by KNX is helpful. Okay, so please remember that this KNX security checklist is very important, okay? So what we have in checklist. So in a book, in this chapter, there are some points that wants us, the book, to think about it. First, both inside and outside physical media should be isolated against direct accesses. I told you about the green KNX cable, okay? We should do the wiring in some way that nobody can penetrate the system, can cut the wire and connect his USB or IP interface green cable to send and receive data, to read the data. Second one is couplers should be configured to prevent unwanted telegram traffic over a line in this way. For example, you should use the line coupler and backbone coupler in your system. It is obligatory to increase the security in your systems. If you have some devices outside of the building, try to put it in another line with a coupler. Okay, for example, you have the weather station, you put it on a roof in a building, so it is better to have that devices in the different line with the new line coupler, because if somebody penetrates the system, he cannot read the data because the coupler block the physical and group address as a target or as a destination in packet of data. Okay, in certain KNX devices, locking via a bus coupling unit password that can be set in the ETS afford protection against unauthorized parameter changes. It is also really important as a programmer. Okay, after you finish your programming, it is recommended to use the bus coupling unit key. But please remember, if you lose the bus coupling unit key, okay, you lose your devices forever, and you should send back the devices to the manufacturers. Okay, if you put the bus coupling unit password from now on, nobody can download or unload your devices. Of course, he can read the packet of data. It is possible. Okay, he can read the packet of data, and but he cannot, and also he can send the packet of data, but he cannot unload or download your devices. Okay, so how you can change this in ETS6, change this bus coupling unit key? For example, this is the ETS6. Okay, so I make it ready for here. This is a project. Okay, you come to the project. Okay, this is a project. You come to the project, you come here, there is some toolbars coming here, details. You press on the details, it's coming out. Okay, then you come here, there is a detail. You come with your mouse here, click on the details, it's coming up. You see here there's two passwords, project password and bus coupling unit key password. First of all, you should set the project password. Okay, any project password. After that, you can add the bus coupling unit key password. It is a hexadecimal password. Okay, it can consist 8 characters. And then you download the password to the devices, and from now on the devices is for yours, and nobody can download or unload the devices, but they can send and receive or read the telegram. It is still possible, and because of that we are going for the KNX Secure in following this chapter. The next risk is if IP is used as a communication medium, conventional security mechanisms for IP network are to be applied, and access to KNX system should be possible from the internet over only a VPN connection. So the book said, or it's better to say the KNX checklist said, if you want to connect to your system from the internet world, it is recommended or highly recommended to use only the VPN connection. Okay, so let's see the checklist and see how the appearance is. Okay, here is the checklist from the KNX for the security, and you should follow it one by one and fill it. Okay, and of course, if you have any questions, you can ask me. You should follow it and make sure that everything is fine. So KNX provide us some transmission of data to that is it's not possible to read it or send data to the KNX Secure if you are not in a ground. Okay, KNX is therefore the first field bus systems in the world that makes a security concept for intelligent home and building applications available to all manufacturers. This means maximum data protection through data communication, authentication, and encryption. Of course, nowadays I think the backnet also add secure possibilities, but in the protocol. But KNX is a leading protocol in this category. So here also you can read the book and see what is the basic standard that the KNX Secure is built based on that. Okay, so the methods, we want to learn how these secure communications happen in KNX. First, authentication. Telegrams are authenticated in a manner so that the recipient can recognize these are originating from a trusted sender. Okay, so any sender cannot send the data, only the trusted one can send the data in KNX Secure. The top telegram shows an insecure telegram exchange between device 1 and 2. Here you can see this is device 1, this is device 2. Some message is transmitting, okay, and if somebody like the hacker wants to send a message instead of this keypad, he can do that. Okay, additional data is attached to the bottom telegram. You see here, this is the authentication code is attached to the packet of data, which proves that the telegram originates from a device 1 and not from an unknown device. It seems the device 1 has a passport. Okay, in a manner of speaking, device 1 is showing its passport to device 2. This authentication code is like the password. So when the message is coming from device 2, the password is also shown, and the device 2 make sure that, oh, this is a trusted messages. Should the telegram be manipulated regarding this authentication code, the device 2 will discard the telegram. If somebody changed this authentication code, okay, and if some messages that coming without authentication code, the device number 2 ignore it. Great. So we have the secure communication. The second method that we use in KNX Secure, in addition to authentication, is encryption. Encryption, which is also possible, make the actual user data illegible or impossible to manipulate for the third parties. The user data is also encrypted, as shown in red in the figure. You see here, we have the encrypted. Okay, so the messages are coded and in the destination are decoded. Telegrams could also only authenticate so that the data content remains visible. For example, for a visualization software. Nonetheless, thanks to authentication, these cannot be manipulated or resent. Currently, with the KNX Secure devices, this is not variable. It means the group object of a KNX Secure device can be operated either with authentication plus encryption or without authentication and encryption. There is no authentication only setting option in ETS. So nowadays, when some messages wants to communicate in the KNX, wants to transmit in the KNX, it is in secure mode, of course, it is equipped with authentication and encrypted abilities. Number 3 is sequence number. A sequence number prevents the dreaded telegram repetition. The sequence number is shown in the orange in this figure. You can see the sequence number, and is contained both in an authenticated telegrams and in one that is authenticated as well. If a device has already received a message from a given sender with a sequence number known to it, the device must discard the message. Accordingly, KNX Secure devices manage for all their communication partners via the individual address as a log via the last sequence number received in each cases. So the sequence number even are recognized by the receiver from the sender. You see, we eliminate the penetration in the KNX Secure as much as possible. The fourth one is secure commissioning. Commissioning with the device is secure. Also during planning and commissioning with ETS. This is described more in section 4 that we are going to cover it later. Okay. KNX Secure consists of two types of security. First of all, KNX IEP Secure to protect the KNX IEP communication. Earlier conventional KNX IP routers that we are using nowadays can be exchanged for the new KNX IP Secure router. Okay, these extended the KNX IP protocol by additional authentication and encryption. With this method, IP communication is secured at telegram level. IP router which do not support IP Secure discard the KNX IP Secure telegrams. Nowadays, most of the manufacturers provide it. ABB, Schneider Electric, Young, Siemens, and many other manufacturers provide the KNX IP Secure. Because we want to have the secure communication through the IP, okay? Because you go out from your line, you go out from your units in a floor, you go out from your zone in a KNX systems, and you are on IP. So it is much better to be on a KNX IP Secure rather than conventional one, okay? Good. The next one, KNX Data Secure to protect runtime communication, for example, group telegram. Okay, so, okay, here in the second opportunity for KNX Secure in KNX devices is KNX Data Secure encrypts and authenticates telegrams from the terminal device to terminal device over all transfer paths. So we have the TP-TP communication secure in KNX, and it's something so nice. Okay, you remember before I told you most of the KNX RF couplers are equipped with the KNX Secure. Okay, for example, the company name Wenzel from the Germany provides such a product. For this, all participant components must be KNX Data Secure devices. KNX devices that do not support KNX Data Secure discard KNX Data Secure telegrams. As explained below, ETS prevents secure group addresses being connected with the group objects that do not support the KNX Data Secure. We will see in a KNX shortly in the ETS. Yeah. Both security mechanisms can be combined with one another and operated in parallel. With KNX Secure, KNX installation can be secure in an application-related manner and completely. Okay, so we have, it's possible to have the KNX IP Secure, KNX TP to TP Secure, KNX TP to RF Secure, and so on. Okay, good. So, possible uses of KNX Secure. Which places or which applications are mostly recommended to use KNX Secure? In hotels, security system, limiting of functions between separate guest rooms, okay? So, in hotels, each room is, for example, equipped with the KNX IP Secure, and nobody can penetrate the rooms. In before, in the past, because we use the line coupler, it is possible to somebody penetrate the systems, okay? Like we use the line coupler in a level, okay? And some different rooms are wired in with the same line in a KNX, okay? If somebody in some room open the keypad and connect the KNX USB interface to that, he can hack the system, hack that floor at least before the coupler, okay? So nowadays, the hotels, each room, each unit, each suite is equipped with KNX IP interface based on secure communication, so nobody can penetrate it anymore. Energy consumption data, encryption of the KNX data protects privacy. It's some places that you use the energy consumption data because the hacker wants to penetrate the system, change the numbers, and pay less. Okay. Booking system, Telegram encryption at IP level prevents external accesses. Access control, authentication and encryption are really important. If you use the KNX access control devices, it is highly recommended to use the secure data communication. Presence data, no real-time tracking that can conclude on the presence of individuals. So the point is, if you monitor the presence of the people in a big building or in a medium-sized building, so it is important to keep these information secure and nobody can see it rather than only the admin of the building. Alarm systems, prevention of wanted false alarm. Maybe if for most of the time, of course, if you equipped, maybe you use the KNX for alarm system, and in this case, for most of the time, it is vulnerable to the hackers. Okay, so you should prevent it, because when the alarm systems coming out as a system in a building, so it's the first place to attack by the hackers, by the thief. We should prevent it. So what's happening in KNX Secure ETS? First of all, as I told you, it is mandatory to provide a password for your project. Okay, in ETS 6, I told you what to do. You should go to the project, some toolbars coming pop down. There's a detail, you press the detail of the project is coming up, and then you go by the mouse on the detail and click on it, and you should set the password for your project. This is a first movement. Okay, then after you do it, of course you can add the KNX bus coupling unit key, but when you come to this view, there is a security view. You should click on the security view. Okay, it's coming up. Here you can add your FDS key from the device data sheet coming with you, or in KNX Virtual we will add it from the information by the KNX Association. Okay, from here, because the KNX Secure devices has the key, and you should import the key. Okay, so from here you should press add the device certificate, and you enter the number here. Okay, so now we can go and search in the internet for it. Yeah, for example, here I searched the internet, I said KNX Virtual KNX Secure code. Okay, and we will see secure devices certificate. Okay, here you see the secure push button devices. Secure clicks is the push button devices from KNX Association as the KNX virtual devices, not the real device, virtual devices. It has a security code. We should import it. Okay, we should import it by hand. It's quite hard job. I will do that. AD5AAA. We will do that like this. AD5AAA. Okay, I import it by hand, one by one. Okay, and then you can see there is a green tick here. It is recognized by the ETS database. Okay, so this is a serial number. This is a factory key. We added the certificate, and then we click OK. You see, this is added to the secure devices in this project. Of course, the project should have the password. Okay, then when you go to the catalog and add the devices, it won't be a problem. You can add it very easily. Okay. okay? Drag and drop or double click from the catalog view. The secure devices. Okay, good. So in a book also said you should add it, or you can scan it. It is also possible, the QR code. In addition, the book said what's happening here. First of all, you input the FDSK into ETS. We did it. You saw it, okay? The FDSK, not via the bus, only visible to installer. This is some key that is belong to us, and we keep it. The second operation is ETS create a tool key per device. For each device, ETS provide us the tool key, okay? The third one is send the tool key encrypted with FDSK to KNX devices on the bus, okay? When you want to download it, it is going there, okay? Then 4, this FDSK is saved and no longer used, okay? 5, ETS create a runtime key, okay? 6, distribute runtime key encrypted with tool key via the bus. So we have the very secure communication. Of course, you can go to the book and read these steps one by one to understand better. But for our operation as a KNX system integrator, designer, programmer, optimizer, and seller, it is enough to know the procedure. Okay. Then KNX secure devices are, for example, marked accordingly in the KNX topology. When you add it, there is a blue shell in front of the KNX secure devices, okay? So they can be distinguished easily from non-secure devices. For example, here in this page, this KNX IP router is secure, okay? But this KNX power supply unit is not secure, yeah. Or this KNX RF coupler is not secure. Also, when you use the KNX secure devices, okay, the object that you use it is secure, and when you add it to the group address, it makes the group address secure. Of course, in a group address secure, if you want to secure communication, both sides should be secure. Remember that both sides should be secure. Because of that, when you click on the device, this window is coming up from the properties setting, and for security there are 3 options: automatic, on and off. We want to go through it and learn much about it. Okay, if you click on a group address, this window is going up, so you can choose with on or off or automatic. What's happening? If you choose with on, means that if group address is connected with a group object in a KNX secure device, security for the object is always switch on, vice versa. This means that these group addresses cannot be connected with the group objects in a non-secure KNX devices. If you put it in on, this group address is only can accept the secure objects. If you put it in off, means that the group address, even with a single group object which supports security, does not ensure that encrypted telegrams are sent from the group objects. Therefore, communication via the group address is always unencrypted. It means if you switch it off, even if you add the group object, secure group object to this group address, it's still unsecure. If you put it in automatic, and I think it's by default it's in automatic way, means that while the group addresses is connected with the group object in KNX Secure device, security for the group address is activated. However, if the group address is then connected via an object in a non-secure device, then note something's happening, something appear, and group address is then reset to insecure. And if you confirm it, okay. So what's happening? It means if you put it in automatic, okay, if you add or link or bind the secure group object to this group address is secure. Done. If you want to add more objects that is non-secure, it's automatically turned to non-secure. group address. Okay. Of course, there is some warning pop up, and you should confirm it. Yeah. Important. If the group object is already connected with the group address with the activated security, it can no longer be connected to a group address with the deactivated security. The ETS will then display the security notice from figure below here. However, if security demands, this can actually means that the non-secure KNX devices must possibly be exchanged for KNX secure devices. If your group address, okay, is in automatic mode, if you want to add it, it asks you, it's automatic, add the non-secure group objects, it automatically turn to non-secure group addresses. But if your group address is secure and is in on mode, if you want to add the non-secure group addresses, it provides you the warning that you cannot add it anymore. Okay, good. So when you use the secure devices, what's happening in the group monitoring or bus monitoring? Here, access to the bus with the security. If a system is listened to via the interface and matching the ETS project is not open, then source and destination address in an encrypted communication can certainly be read in the monitor. You can see here, this user data cannot be used by the hackers. Okay, they cannot understand it. But the user data cannot be interpreted if the communication is encrypted. If a hacker records the telegram and plays them back, they are disclosed by the devices. Okay, but if your project is open, okay, and you have the access to the bus, if the matching ETS project is open with the security keys in it, the user data will probably be displayed by ETS. You can see the source and destination. Monitoring the telegram traffic with the matching ETS project open. KNX Data Secure devices use a longer KNX Telegram format for transferring authenticated and encrypted data. However, this has no effect on the reaction time of the device. What's happening in the report? We have the project security part in the report. In the report view, since ETS 5.5, the options to print out project security details has been added. This allows the factory default setting key or the currently valid device key password for the individual KNX Secure devices used in the project to be handed over to the building owner. Should the ETS project be lost, the information is at least available via the documentation and essential to restart the devices after the reset. So you know, we have the key, okay? We have the very useful and vital information, so we can drag out this information and keep it with ourselves and of course the admin of the project, because maybe some things happen and the data is lost, so you should have the password and keys and so on with the project security. However, these printouts should be provided only to authorized persons. Remember that, authorized persons, not everyone. Okay, in KNX installation, KNX IEP Secure and KNX Data Secure devices can be used in parallel. It is possible to have some devices with KNX Secure and some devices non-secure. In a KNX system, secure and insecure applications can be used in parallel. Not all devices have to be secure. If several IP routers are used in a system and one of these is changed to KNX IEP Secure, all the routers others must also be changed to IEP Secure. It means you cannot, because you want to have the broadcasting the data between the routers, so you cannot have one with secure and rest of it with non-secure and have the secure communication. It is not possible. Of course it works, but it would be non-secure. A group object in device which is already connected with the secure group addresses can no longer be connected with the different non-secure group addresses. This means possibly that a non-secure KNX device will have to be exchanged for KNX secure devices. The new security functions can be integrated seamlessly into existing systems. KNX Secure is an upward compatible extension. Existing devices ignore KNX Secure messages. Okay, so it's upward compatibility. You can use it in old projects also, but you should follow the rules. Thank you so much for listening to me. My name is Amir, and I hope you enjoyed. Please go and read the KNX Secure checklist and try to use it in your project, of course. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I try to provide a proper answer for you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and see you soon.